The Score, the place for local sports, now presents another live local broadcast of high school sports. No one does more live local play-by-play than The Score does. Local Sports on The Score is brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates, and one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Your future starts now. Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks cost you less. Online at cmautogroup.com. Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, hammondlumber.com. Midstate Machine. Looking for a career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. 201 Service in Skowhegan, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984. Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Sales and service by a family that cares. Somerset Stone and Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, and wood stoves and hardscape products. 201 Tire, Battery, and Service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together, we can make a difference. Connected Credit Union, building lifelong relationships. Get connected, stay connected. KVFCU, invested in you. Skowhegan Savings Bank, making our communities a better place to live and work. Skowhegan Tire Center, they beat any price. Route 201 Skowhegan. Flagship Cinemas, a better cinema experience. See you at the movies. KMD Driving School in Oakland, teaching your kids to drive for over 25 years. SBS Carbon Copy, Main Street, Waterville, where printing is personal, not puzzling. Manchester Motors, your Coyote tractor dealer. We dig dirt. Casella Waste, for your residential and commercial trash pickup. Computer Improvements in Skowhegan. From sales of computers and accessories to service, we are your go-to computer store. Heights Chevrolet in Skowhegan. Our family is here for your family. Your team from your town plays here. Now with a play-by-play, here's Mike Violet and A.J. Knight.
Good evening. Tonight from Pete Cooper Stadium here at Keyes Field in Fairfield. It is homecoming 2024 for the Lawrence Bulldogs and Lawrence High School. And tonight, it's a Class A versus Class B matchup as the Class A Bangor Rams are in town to take on the Lawrence Bulldogs. Welcome to our broadcast. I'm Mike Violet. A.J. Knight is alongside for our play-by-play here tonight. And color, we are joined by Logan Carpenter, who is our cameraman tonight. Logan Cameron, who is our cameraman here tonight. And Ashley Knight, Mrs. Ashley Knight, doing our graphics on the computer here tonight. It is a great night for football. The weather, of course, has been glorious all day long. It's cleared out. It's dried up some. We've got a great atmosphere. Friday night in Fairfield is always great, AJ. But when it's Friday night in Fairfield and homecoming, it's even better.
Tell you what, based on the traffic, I estimate there's no short of 10,000 people here, give or take a few thousand. But yes, I mean, Friday night in Fairfield, especially for a Lawrence team that I think has high expectations this season, but maybe hasn't started the season as crisp as they would have liked.
I think crisp is a good word. They're 2-1 coming off a win against Skowhegan. We had it last week on The Score. You can find it in our vault at centralmainsports.com or at centralmainsports.com on YouTube and in the vault at centralmainsports.com. 32-7 was the final score. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that as we get some nice beverages from downstairs. 32-7 was the final score, but a deceptive score. So one-score game going to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 14-7 going into the fourth. The Lawrence rushing attack had started to make some headway, I feel like, in the third quarter, but held to under 50 yards rushing in the first half. 14-7 going in the last quarter. I think their defense stayed strong. Skowhegan started turning the ball over. They got a few more extra possessions, and then I think they finally broke Skowhegan, and the Bulldogs accounted for over 200 rushing yards in the second half. So they wore him down, but I think it was a lot closer than they would have liked.
What are we to make of the Bangor Rams, who come into this game winless? They're 0-3, and in 2 of those games, they've given up 42 points. They lost to Thornton Academy 42-0. In week 2, they lost to South Portland 42-26. Last week, a close one, a game they probably should have won. They lost to Lewiston on a last-second field goal by a score of 10-7. They're coming off a 4-5 year. A year ago, that is, they expected to be better. Everybody else expected them to be better. They've had a tough schedule so far, but nobody thought they'd be 0-3 at this point.
No, I think losing to Thornton Academy, no shame in that, right? They're expected to repeat. They're the Class A champions from last year. The score being as lopsided was maybe a little bit surprising, and South Portland, I think, a pretty good program as well. I think it's not so much the losses they have, at least in the first 2. It's the deficit, because you and I were up in Bangor this summer for the Legion Championships, and, of course, we encountered some Bangor media counterparts, and we got talking about the football season, of course, because here in Central Maine, we were super ecstatic and about Messalonsky, Coney, Lawrence, 3 really good quarterbacks returning 3 teams with high expectations. They were sharing their feelings on Bangor, and the prevailing theory I took away from it is they thought they were going to have a pretty good rushing attack, they were going to be a pretty good team, and they were going to make some noise. But thus far to start the season, they have really struggled to score the ball.
They sure have. It's been an almighty struggle, and I talked to David Morris, who was actually coaching that baseball team, the Bangor Comrades, over the summer. He's also the head coach of the Bangor varsity baseball team as well, and he said one thing for sure about us: we're battle-tested 3 games in. We've had some iron so far. We're just trying to get better. We have a lot of kids. They have over 60 kids out, and they're committed to turning this thing around. But this is not going to be an easy task here tonight against the Lawrence Bulldogs. Lawrence 2-1. The 2 wins for the Bulldogs, of course, last week beating the Skowhegan Riverhawks by a score of 32-7. And their other win for the Bulldogs coming in week 1, when they beat the Gardner Tigers 26-0. That sandwiched around the 42-21 loss to the Coney Rams. So 2-1. Last week, we saw them hit on some big plays in the air, which was a surprise, as Michael Hamlin threw a couple of nice deep balls, Cole Curian catching one of them. And as we look at some of their highlights here, and also no surprise for the Lawrence Bulldogs, somebody who has made a huge impact on this team is DHB. Dustin, that is Duster. He's dustered some people. He's dusted some people. Dustin Hunter Bellows has come from Waterville and has been a major weapon for the Bulldogs, and he was last week.
Yeah, he was our score player of the game last week, finished with 3 rushing touchdowns, had an interception as well. And him and Roy really, I think, broke the dam when it came to rushing against Skowhegan. Carter, don't know if you have found out, but seemingly has been nicked up to start this season. I don't know. He was wearing it looked like a compression sleeve last week. He did have a touchdown, I believe. But they've got a really good 3-headed attack. And look, I'm gonna take some credit here, Mike, because the thing I said last week is I know I'm not asking Lawrence to get away from their identity, but when you have speed like Roy and DHB have, I don't think it's outside of what Lawrence wants to do offensively to just throw him some swing passes, some tunnel screens. And they got into that a little bit. The thing that's surprising to me, as you pointed out, is they rushed 15 times for 49 yards in the first half against Skowhegan. Cole Curian got hit for 2 really big pass plays that both set up touchdowns, their only touchdowns, and then it felt like they kind of got away from that and didn't want to do it again. And so it's been weird. There's a lot of returning faces for this Lawrence offense, and a lot of, especially at the quarterback position, and it just feels like at times they don't necessarily have an idea or seemingly comfort with what they want to do offensively. Against Coney, they hit some pass plays off play action, and then they went away from it until they had to throw it, and then that's the situation they don't want to be in.
Tonight's game on the score brought to you by Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price. Route 201 in Skowhegan. By Skowhegan Savings Bank, making our communities a better place to live and work. By KVFCU Credit Union, invested in you. And by Connected Credit Union, building lifelong relationships. Get connected. Stay connected. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk about Kyle Johnson, the different kind of quarterback for the Bangor Rams. We'll do that next. You're listening and watching high school football on The Score.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost. And for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity, where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight back here live at P. Cooper Stadium, Keyes Field in Fairfield. We just had a great a cappella rendition of the national anthem by some of the Lawrence cheerleaders. Alyssa Welch, Kaylee Greenleaf, Ramona McDonald, Bree Rolfe, Megan Arsenault, and Monica Tweedy with an outstanding job. So that's one list of people. The next list of people is the officials tonight. The referee is Troy Hill. The umpire is Ralph Vintner. The back judge is Mark Cooper. The side judge, Jared Hill. The other side judge is Steve Nelson. The clock operator is Dustin Whipple. All right, I mentioned going out to break. The unusual quarterback of the Bangor Rams. First of all, what's unusual? He wears number 20. We don't see that very often at all. And secondly, when you finally see him play, you're going to think that he looks more like a linebacker or a defensive end or something like that, because he doesn't look like the classic quarterback, AJ, and he doesn't play like the classic quarterback either. This is going to be a night where the quarterback runs the football a lot for the opposition of the Lawrence Bulldogs.
You know what they say, you rush that quarterback, you pick up an extra blocker, but for Lawrence ought to be kind of right into their alley, right? But Hamlin can run. It's not really a normal option ready to go, right, especially when you got that three-headed attack. But I think that Lawrence ought to be well prepared for this. I mean, for both teams, same thing we said last week in Skowhegan, and the Riverhawks did a pretty decent job in the first half. Which team can be physical at the point of attack?
Both teams out on the field, both captains, that is, both sets of captains, that is, out on the field right now getting the pregame dirty lowdown from our referee Troy Hill here tonight. And the weather has turned quite nice. The game time temperature under clear skies at the moment is 63 degrees. That is really good football weather. So Lawrence is going to receive after Bangor won the toss and deferred. So Bangor wins the toss, they defer, and so Lawrence will get the football first to start here tonight. The Bulldogs 2-1. And the Rams desperate for a victory. They're 0-3. So we'll get a look at this Lawrence offense, which got it done with a deep ball last week.
Yeah, early in the first half, I think they wore down Skowhegan in the second half. For Bangor, the key is going to be to get off to a decent start. Granted, again, good teams to open up their schedule, South Portland and Thornton Academy, but they trailed 28-0 at half against Thornton, and they trailed 28-7 at half against South Portland. You get off to a slow start against Lawrence, good night, Irene. They will run the ball and kill the clock.
Sure will. Tonight's game brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates, one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu for all the information. Your future starts now at CMCC. This game is about to start now. It's part of a busy Friday night of high school football. We'll run down the schedule coming up at halftime and have partial scores from around the state. One of the big games tonight, Freiburg and Falmouth playing in Falmouth, and I texted both of our coaches tomorrow night, Mike Hathaway from Levitt and B.L. Lippert from Coney, and asked them if they were going to be out scouting tonight. Coach Hathaway said yes, he's going to Freiburg Falmouth. Coach Lippert said yes, he's going to Oakland to see Meso Gardner, and said at the same time he'd be watching our stream of this game. My response was, now AJ and I are going to be really nervous.
Super nervous. Here's a question for you. Since he's rivals with Lawrence, do you think he's one of the fans that voted for Bangor as the winner of our poll on the YouTube comment section?
You never know. Here's Nevin Howell to kick it off. And it's a squibber taken at the 25 to the 30, and the tackle broken at the 36-yard line, 37-yard line, and that was Colton Carter. On the return, one of the up men. So Lawrence takes over 1st and 10, good field position at their own 38-yard line for Michael Hamlin, the senior quarterback. Hamlin.
I was going to say, good sign for Carter, as you saw there. He had a compression sleeve on his knee last week. Don't see it this week.
Doesn't have it on this week. Wide to the left side, Leighton Bradford, mostly a decoy. Dustin Hunter bellows his wing left, the pitch. This is Carter turning the corner. No, it's Preston Roy. Roy 45 midfield, and Roy springs ahead to the 47-yard line. Give him 15, and a Lawrence first down. Preston Roy on first down gets a 15-yard gain.
Again, they've got a really good three-headed running attack. DHB and Roy specifically bring a lot of speed.
A wicked amount of speed. You see that right defensive end there, Dan Tarr, number 64. That's a big boy.
Bangor, you said, was 64 kids?
Yeah, 64. Lawrence has their freshman on their roster now. They've got 66. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 47. Carter, jet sweep, right side room. He's at the 45, inside to the 50, and he is over a tackler and down to the 39, maybe the 38. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of a first down. Give him 8, and it'll be 2nd and 2. Boy, the Lawrence offensive line on the first 2 plays has absolutely blown Bangor off the ball. Now Carter checks out. We'll see if it's Garrett Leclerc, who's worked himself into the rotation, who comes in. Dustin Hunter bellows is wide to the right side. The turn, the handoff, and in trouble there is Preston Roy. He is all the way back to the 46-yard line. That is a big loss. That is a loss of 7. So we are back to 3rd and 9. Roy with nowhere to go.
Rough.
So Bangor, after getting pushed off the ball the first 2 plays, didn't there. They did the pushing. Wide to the right side, Leighton Bradford. Roy is out. Wide to the right, and behind him, now coming in motion, is Carter. The fake to Carter. Hamlin rolls, looks, throws, flat, caught Roy, turns upfield, first down, 35 to the 30. So they get it all back and more on a nice swing pass out of the backfield, and that's the kind of thing that you were talking about in the pregame show, and we were talking about actually before the broadcast that Lawrence needed to do, and they ran that play perfectly.
Yeah, just bootleg right. Hamlin only has to read half the field. Really simple read for him, and you're able to get that. Roy and DHB specifically have really good speed. You see him take advantage of it there.
All right, 1st and 10, Lawrence from the 30. Roy is the fullback. Double wing here. Coming in motion is DHB. Up the gut they go, and Roy goes nowhere. Preston Roy hauled down on the play by Jake Biberstein, the big captain of the Bangor Rams, for a loss. We'll call it 1. So it'll be 2nd down and 11. 2nd down and 11.
Roy getting a lot of touches here early. Not that he's got speed and he's a good playmaker, but surprised to see that Carter obviously started the season as the kind of the main guy, and it's sort of morphed, like you said, his four-headed running back attack.
Carter's in there now. Fake handoff to him, out in the flat to Roy. Roy inside, nice move, 25. Another nice move to the 20, and Preston Roy all the way down inside the 15 to the 14. Little shake and bake action there from 43 in blue.
Look, I'm just going to say, sounds like Coach Hurson, big fan of mine. I say throw it out, throw those easy passes to your speedy running backs, and he says, you know what, that's a good idea.
Absolutely. And we'll give Coach Hurson some credit, but offensive coordinator Ken Lindelof some credit as well.
Okay, that's fair.
All right,
That's
first and
reasonable.
10. Line of scrimmage, the 15-yard line. Oops, the ball is dropped, and it's picked up by Hamlin, and Hamlin immediately wrapped up by Alex Kearns. So a mistake on the exchange there on Lawrence. And so Lawrence lucky to hang on to the football. Davin Baldick and Michael Hamlin with an issue, a loss of 3. Put him back to the 18 where it'll be second down and 13. Lawrence in the red zone. Second down and 13, first drive of the game. Coming up to 4 minutes in. Lawrence has had the football, started at their own 38. Carter in motion. Fake pitch, back to throw. Hamlin lobs downfield, and it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. And ends up being way short, looking for Dustin Hunter Bellows. Let's get a look at the Mid-State Machine replay. Was it tipped?
Yep.
Okay.
He had DHB on a wheel route. And take one more look. Let me give that Bangor player credit. He had defensive end coming off there reading, I believe, 89. Is that right?
All right, Jacob Raymond.
But a nice job there. He was just coming off reading there, and then once he saw Hamlin throwing back, he just got his big bear paw up there.
So 3rd and 13 at the 18. Big play in this ball game. Roy the fullback. Carter wing left. They run the sweep, the pitch to the outside, and nowhere to go. I think that was Leclerc coming around.
I believe it's Cole Kirian.
Was it?
Double check my roster. Make
All
sure.
right, if
Yep,
that's
yeah, Cole
9, it's
Kirian.
Cole Kirian.
Yep.
My bad there. So Kirian coming around, and he might have lost a yard on the play. Curious call to me.
Especially, you've gotten push, but Bangor also has obviously been in the backfield a little bit, so a slow developing play feels like it just, I guess you want to get him upfield, but I'm with you.
Dawson Moore comes in. He is a tight end. Wide to the right side, Bradford. They will go for it on 4th down and 14 from the 19. Hamlin to throw. Hamlin fires downfield, wide open. It's going to be short of the first down, though. Having to slide to make the catch was Colton Carter, and I don't think he got enough because his feet went right out from under him.
It's unfortunate, too. Yeah,
Not enough.
Right. You are correct. It's unfortunate, too, because if he puts that right on the numbers, we can show you on the Mid-State Machine instant replay. He puts it on the numbers. Carton's all by himself. That's a touchdown.
Had to come back for it a little bit. Caught the ball short of the first down.
Wow.
It is a game of inches.
They needed 13 and they got 12.
So it is 1st and 10 at the 6. 1st and 10 at the 6 for Kyle Johnson and this Bangor offense. Johnson throws it on first down, tipped and almost picked off. It went off the fingertips of Will Houghton, the tight end, and it was almost intercepted. So play action from the Bangor Rams on first down, had a man open, couldn't hang on to it, and almost a turnover.
That's your point. That tight end is not a small guy, and he was wide open. And instead, somehow you still get it a little bit too far up the chute.
So Bangor, some play action that almost worked on first down. Here is Johnson in the shotgun, has 2 to the right. Wide to the right is Trey Tennant. 2 to the left. They're all spread out. Johnson looking to throw it, has time, does throw it, incomplete, intended for Fionn Parker Cummings, who we will call FCP. Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
Tell you what, that pass right there, that was moving.
That was a bullet.
Yeah, that thing was coming. No wonder you didn't catch it. He might be missing some fingers.
6:58 left in the first quarter. Clock is stopped on the incompletion. 3rd and 10 Bangor from the 7. No score. Lawrence drove it all the way down to the 6. Turned it over on downs. Bangor 2 plays in. has absolutely nothing. So 3rd and 10 from the 6. The Rams shuttling plays in. Johnson all the way to the sidelines.
Here's one for you, Mike. Thomas on our YouTube chat section. Again, YouTube, Central Maine Sports. You can chat with us throughout the game. Thomas Noble, prediction, 35-13 Lawrence.
Okay, duly noted.
Throwing it out there.
Back to throw. Johnson has oodles of time, loads it up, downfield for 10, and picked off. It was almost a matter of time. Cole Curian, roaming the secondary, picks it off at the 37. Seriously, you felt like it was just a matter of time.
Johnson feels a little bit amped maybe, because that one, the first two, he throws highest tight end. He's got a big target. He rifles that one for Fion, and it's just right through his hands. And then there one, again, I think receiver had some space and just airmails it.
So Cole Curian makes the play. First turnover of the night. Let's see if Lawrence can cash in. 1st and 10 from the Bangor 37. Bulldogs in business. Dustin Hunter bellows, jet sweep, corner turn, 35, outside 30, 25, and he's grabbed. That should be a penalty right there. That should be a penalty there on Ian Blackwell. He had a handful of jersey, but out of bounds. He spun him around. Let's look at that again on the Mid-State Machine replay.
There you go, Spence. I mean, I'm with you.
Right
it's just
there.
so egregious. Like, he's clearly out of bounds. I don't think you need to follow through. So I'm with you.
Should have been flagged on that. They let that one go.
Probably should have been a penalty.
As it stands, that was a 15-yard gain. So it is 1st and 10. Now at the 22. 6:43 to go in the first quarter. No score. Lawrence almost in the red zone. Hamlin in the gun. The turn, the give to Carter. Carter has some room, and then, he gets outside. He's going to go! Touchdown, Colton Carter! 22 yards, I thought he was caught. I lost sight of him in the maze of players, but Carter bounces it outside, goes 22 for the score, and Lawrence cashes in on the pick by Cole Curian.
You got the interception, obviously, right? So you get the momentum change there. And then that tackle out of bounds, I think, especially here on the road, all it's going to do, fire up the crowd.
So Lawrence goes 37 yards. Here for the conversion for the Bulldogs, Jack Pelletier, and it's blocked. Pelletier's extra point is blocked, but Lawrence cashes in. They go 37 yards for a score. The final 22 by Colton Carter. 6:32 to go in the first period. The score is Lawrence 6, Bangor nothing. You're watching and listening to high school football on The Score.
For the safety of you and your family, 201 Tire Battery and Service on Riverside Drive in Vassalboro offers only the best and most reliable tires and batteries, including used batteries for your ride, cars, motorcycles, and more. And tires for everything. Tractors, lawnmowers, your car and truck, custom rims. Yup, of course. Open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 until 5, Friday till 3. Pet friendly with free battery testing and complimentary ice cream. 201 Tire Battery and Service on the Augusta-Vassalboro line.
So one turnover, and it's turned into a Lawrence touchdown, a 22-yard run by Colton Carter. That knee looks okay tonight.
Yeah, because he broke a tackle there as he got through the line of scrimmage, and then there was just nobody on that far sideline.
Two safeties back at the 10-yard line. One of them is Mason Knights, and he handles it at the 15. To the 20, 25, up the middle, 30, and boom, he is crushed. On special teams, the tackle by Garrett Leclerc.
That's a big hit. Here's another prediction for you, Mike. Jonathan Christie, 28-10 Lawrence, his score.
All right. Keep them coming. Go to Central Maine Sports on YouTube. That's at Central Maine Sports on YouTube. Subscribe while there. Watch the game. Go back and watch it tomorrow at the same place.
And again, make sure you hit the bell for notifications, because then you'll know whenever we're live. Like tomorrow when we're down in Levitt for a big one between Coney and Levitt.
Fion Parker Cummings is wide to the right for Kyle Johnson. Running back to either side, the handoff to Knights, and Knights loses yardage. He had nowhere to go. Lawrence all over that, leading the charge, Mr. Brady Richards, the sophomore.
Nice job there. Bangor comes out, throws 3 times on the first possession, Incompletion, interception, and I think Lawrence knew after that they were probably going to come out and maybe try and run the ball, and they were ready for it.
Loss of about a yard, 2nd and 11. Tomorrow night, Coney at Levitt. Saturday night, special for you. Game time, 7 o'clock. Pregame, 6:45 from Turner. Tomorrow night here on The Score. Trey Tennant wide to the right. Johnson calling signals. They're going to run it again, and this time some positive yardage and a good run up the gut there from Ethan Sproul, one of their tailbacks. Sproul and Blackwell, 3 and 4. Actually, the other way around. Blackwell and Sproul, numbers 3 and 4, respectively. And the first positive gain of the night for Bangor, a gain of about
8, right?
8, yeah, let's give him 8. 2nd down and 3 because it was 2nd and 11 or 3rd down and 3. One to the right, one to the left, 2 in the backfield with Johnson. He's going to run it himself. Remember, he is a load. He's got the first outside 45. He's to midfield. Johnson still going. He is not. One to come down easy. And finally, he is stopped at the 32-yard line. That's a 31-yard run for Kyle Johnson, who just kept on running over people.
Now that just bulldozing his way through.
He is built with a low center of gravity, very, very big and thick.
What was the yardage again?
I just said it, 31.
31, thank you.
Short-term memory. 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 32. This time the handoff is to Knights. Knights crashes left side, cuts it back to the middle, gets a good gainer out of it. Mason Knights, the senior running back, picks up 8. So all of a sudden, after trying to throw the ball, Bangor has run the ball and run it effectively. A gain of 8 for Mason Knights. It's 2nd and 2. As you can see, Kyle Johnson over to the sidelines after every play to get the play. No flashcards, no funky signals. Just go to the sideline and get the call. 2nd down and 2. Wide to the right side. Parker Cummings. Johnson, running backs to either side. The turn, the give again to Knights. Knights has his jersey wrapped up and pulled down, but he has got the first down. The tackle made by James Booton.
That was a rough tackle.
And that is a first down for the Bangor Rams. So the Rams answering the Lawrence touchdown drive, 3:40 to go in the first. 6-0 in favor of Lawrence. 1st and 10 from the 24.
Kind of makes you curious why they came out and threw it 3 times to start the game if they could do stuff like that, doesn't it?
Sometimes coaches try to be different.
Especially watching Johnson run on that big one.
Let me correct myself. 1st and 10 from the 19, not the 24. 1st and 10 from the 19. Johnson going to keep it himself and get stood right up, and he is crushed there by Brady Richards again. Boy, Brady Richards is turning into a monster this year. 77 in blue. Just a sophomore. He is a football player.
That was a big-time push. Johnson didn't technically go down, but obviously they stopped the progress. It's a good job swarming there by Lawrence, but he did not get any momentum going, which, of course, is key to stopping those power running backs.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 from the 21. Wide to the left side is Tennant. Wide to the right side, Parker Cummings. Johnson with a running back to either side. And now he checks off. Comes out of that play, barks out a couple of new things. Zach Cota is the running back to the left. They give it to the running back to the right. That's Knights. Knights to the middle. Knights some open field. And Knights is near the stick. Weaving in and out of traffic. Mason Knights might have gotten the first down. He did. It's goal to go.
Nice little piece of running there. Just goes through that C gap with the left tackle and then is able to cut upfield.
So on 2nd and 12, he gets the first down, and it is 1st and goal. Looks like about the 7-yard line. 1st and goal at the 7. Number 7, Trey Tennant wide to the right. The turn, the handoff to Cota. Cota stood up, slowed down, and he won't get much. He gets flung to the ground.
You got to be careful there. Don't want to give up something cheap.
Doesn't look like he moved the stick at all, so we'll go with second and goal. Well, they move it about a yard. Second and goal at the 6. Got a running clock, 1:25 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Lawrence. Their extra point was blocked. Bangor trying to tie it. Second and goal at the 6. Tennant wide to the left. Parker Cummings wide to the right. One running back. Fake to him, kept by Johnson. Johnson will scoot into the end zone, a touchdown. And Bangor gets it right back. It comes with 57 seconds left in the first quarter.
How about Johnson? 3 carries, 34 yards, and a tutty on that drive. Big response from the Rams after coming out and flinging the ball to everywhere except receivers on the first drive.
So Johnson goes 6 for the score. And now Bangor will attempt the conversion to break the tie. It is up and it is good. Driven through there by Caden Karam. And Karam with the conversion breaks the tie. So with 57 seconds left in the first quarter, our score from P. Cooper Stadium at Keyes Field in Fairfield, the Bangor Rams 7, the Lawrence Bulldogs 6. You're watching and listening to high school football on the Score.
Is it time for an auto loan? The team at Connected Credit Union will focus on an affordable monthly payment to fit your budget, while offering you a low rate and great service. Give our loan team a try for your next auto purchase. The added convenience of applying online or using our mobile app is just one more way Connected Credit Union makes your financing easy. Get connected, stay connected. Federally insured by the NCUA, member eligibility required.
At Haight Chevrolet in Skowhegan, our family is here for your family. And our family has been providing affordable, reliable transportation to families in central and western Maine for 113 years. You don't have that kind of longevity in the car business without building strong, trusting relationships with customers from one generation to the next. Whether you're looking for new or pre-owned, financing, or special incentives, your shopping experience is always stress-free at Haight Chevy. Haight Chevrolet on Madison Avenue as you turn into Skowhegan. You'll also find the Haight family of dealerships in Madison and Farmington.
High kickoff, Preston Roy at the 21 to the 25 to the 30. Outside, look out, 35. He's got some speed, and he is hit and knocked out of bounds. They'll spot him out at the 43-yard line, and it was the kicker who got him, Caden Karam. A 70-yard drive by the Bangor Rams. Finished off by Johnson's 6-yard touchdown run at 11:03. Karam with the extra point. It is 1st and 10 here for Lawrence at their own 44-yard line. 1st and 10. And we got a flag down before the play, a dead ball foul. And that's the first penalty of the game. It's procedure. And it is on Lawrence.
I say one of the things that's really stood out, Mike, this is week 3 of high school football for you and I. And
it's actually week 4.
Is it week 4? Sorry,
yeah.
Week 4. Hadn't been a ton of penalties in our games.
Good. Did you see any of that Amazon Prime game last night?
You mean
good Lord.
You mean Flag Day?
I thought Al Michaels was going to fall out of the booth in disgust.
He was so
He was great. I played some of his cuts this morning on opening drive. He was fantastic. All right, 1st and 15. Hamlin rolls, flips in between two players. Caught, yes, no, yes. Caught downfield. I believe that's Colton Carter at midfield. A sliding catch. Give him 6 with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter.
11. It was 1st and 15.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So we go from 1st and 15 to 2nd down and
4.
About 4. Yeah. So coming to the sidelines is Hamlin, and that's going to run the clock out for the first quarter. So each team with a touchdown. The difference, a missed extra point. Score at the end of 1 from P. Cooper Stadium, Keyes Field in Fairfield. The Lawrence Bulldogs 7. The Bangor Rams 7. Beg your pardon. Bangor Rams 7. Lawrence Bulldogs 6. This is high school football on the Score.
At Central Maine Community College, future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher.
An HVAC technician.
Pediatric nurse. Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect.
Physical therapist.
I'm going to be a lawyer.
Or we're a stop along the way.
I'm going to be a doctor.
A machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer.
An athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Time for our first quarter breakdown, brought to you by 201 Service. That is Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan. Each team with a touchdown, a 22-yard run by Colton Carter as play gets underway here in the second half. Dustin Hunter Bellows squirts free from what I thought was going to be a loss, and he gets near the first down, so it may be a first down. We had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, one by each team. Carter, a 22-yard run, and it was Kyle Johnson, a 6-yard run for Bangor. The difference in the game, the Caden Karam extra point. Bangor got their extra point. Lawrence didn't. 7-6 at the end of one. First quarter breakdown brought to you by 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan. That's coming back.
They are.
Or is it? No, they're measuring.
They're measuring.
I thought they were getting out of the way to mark off a penalty. They're going to look at it. And it's going to be a couple of lengths of the chain short.
Good shot by our camera guy, Logan, right there.
Mr. Logan Cameron getting it done. So third down and a wee bit. Third down and inches for this Lawrence offense, trailing 7-6. Bulldogs come out a tight formation. Hamlin will be in the gun, backs to either side. The turn, the handoff, Carter, first down. Carter, grab from behind and flung down to the ground there. The big mitts of Wyatt Firo, number 88 on the stop, but a first down.
Lawrence wanted a horse collars, and you saw on the Mid-State Machine instant replay there. I think they had a legitimate claim for one.
So we've had a missed unnecessary roughness penalty committed, we thought, by Bangor, and that horse collar that they let fly. First and 10. 41-yard line. Dustin Hunter Bellows, high snap. He ends up with it. That was not the way the play was supposed to go. But Davin Baldick's snap, I don't know if it hit somebody or what happened there, but Hunter Bellows ended up getting that pop fly and immediately got smothered, and a huge loss of 9 yards on the play. So second down and 19.
Not what Lawrence needs, Ken. Not an offense that really likes to get behind the chains.
So it goes from first and 10 to second and 19. Ball back at midfield. Wide to the left side is Leighton Bradford. The slot out there is Preston Roy. Hamlin's going to throw it. Hamlin in the flat throws. It is caught out there by Leighton Bradford, and he can't break the tackle. Good wrap up there by Nevin Howell, the senior linebacker. So they get a couple of it back, and it's third down and 15. They get 4 of it back. Third and 15. Ken Lindloff just given the play to Michael Hamlin. Coming up at the half, aside from all the halftime stats and highlights, we'll run down the partial scores from tonight, take a look at the schedule, and of course tomorrow night, Coney at Levitt. Third down and 15. Fake pitch, back to throw Hamlin. Hamlin looking downfield, throws down, caught Carter. Carter at the 20, breaks a tackle, outside, 15 to the 10, and he's out of bounds. It'll be goal to go for Lawrence. A great throw by Hamlin, and even better run after the catch by Colton Carter. And that is going to give Lawrence first and goal just outside the 5-yard line.
That looks like they marked it at 5. Give Carter that catch, 41.
A 41-yard pass play, first and goal. We'll give him the 5. So first and goal at the 5, the wide side, the left side. Bradford is out wide to the right. Pitch to Roy. Roy cuts inside, goes against the grain, and gets inside the 5. That was covered well by the Bangor Rams. Ian Blackwell, their senior running back, linebacker, made the play. They spot it at the 2, they say.
I wouldn't have guessed that. Well, obviously, we're almost way down at the other end. But
we are at the 45-yard line in the other direction, so we don't have a great view of the angle. Second and goal at the 2.
Got a lot of speed in the backfield.
Sure do. The turn, they're going to go inside to Hunter Bellows. Hunter Bellows trying to crush his way into the end zone, and he didn't do it.
Now, this is an area, I think if you're Lawrence, Hamlin, I think, would come into play. I would think Carter. I mean, you got a lot of speed if you can get something out onto the edge. But Carter gives you a little bit more size. I already saw him break a tackle on that one big run he had for the first score.
Third and goal at the 1-yard line for Lawrence. Ball right in the middle of the field. Third and goal at the 1. Hamlin out of the conference with Ken Lindloff, his offensive coordinator. Third and goal at the 1. He'll go under center. Turns, hands, Carter in. Touchdown.
No Stradamus, no. Just offensive coordinator right here. What am I saying? I got you. Me and Lawrence are dialed in on this.
So Carter with 2 touchdowns tonight. That one comes at 3:51 of the second quarter.
Looks like Lawrence going to chase those points.
And it comes after a 56-yard drive. Well, maybe they aren't.
You're right. Initially it looked like they were going to huddle up, but you are correct.
They have changed kickers, however. Dawson Moore is going to kick instead of Pelletier. Snap is good. Ball is down. Does it have enough? No. So they're 0 for 2. Maybe now you start chasing the 2s. Lawrence back in front, though. 8:09 to go in the first half. The score, Lawrence 12, Bangor 7. This is high school football on the score.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack-of-all-trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder, or a farmer, or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
My dad's a real hero. Not like a superhero or anything. More like a regular dad kind of hero. 'Cause every weekend, even when the weather's bad and it's super snowy, he always gets us there safe.
They don't know how you do it. All they know is that you care.
See Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price. Route 201, Skowhegan.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, our score crew back here live at P. Cooper Stadium, Keyes Field in Fairfield. And ready to kick off for the Lawrence Bulldogs is Jaden Hebert. Hebert's a freshman getting kickoff duties.
Rotating through kickers like it's going out of style.
Really, this is the third kicker we've seen tonight. Hebert.
Whoa.
Up man, a little struggle to get a handle on it. 25, 30, 35, and all the way up over the 40 is Nevin Howell. So eventually he did grasp it and returned it to the 46-yard line. So Bangor with good field position.
How they're just split the seam, and they're just I don't know who initially got that hand on. I think it was Carter, actually. Touchdown saving tackle.
So let's see what Kyle Johnson and his coach David Morris have here on this drive. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Wide to the left side, Fion, Parker, Cummings. Wide to the right side, Trey Tennant. Johnson in the gun. The turn, the handoff to Coda. Coda, open hole! And Coda pounds over the 50-yard line, ran right over Cole Curian, and has a first down at the 42-yard line.
That is a whole lot of running back coming
15.
at you. Whole lot of running back.
He's a big, big boy. Zach Cota, captain. He smashed his way down to the 42-yard line. Bangor 1st and 10. Receivers to either side for Johnson, who threw in the first 2 plays of the game. Not since. First 3 plays of the game, you're right. The turn, handoff to Knights. Knights with a big hole. And Mason Knights pounds down to the 31-yard line.
Kind of makes you wonder why they threw the first 3 plays of the game. The third one, which was an interception, when they've been moving the ball on the ground like this.
Funny.
Looks like they're going to mark them just short.
A little bit short. Now they're going to stop the clock. No, it's going to be Lawrence taking a timeout. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 7:08 to go in the first half. The score, Lawrence 12, Bangor 7. More in a moment on the score.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades, and Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Mike, sorry, I cut you off on the intro, but I wanted to point out, see if you can keep an eye on it. Cameraman Logan, while we were at timeout there, said number 54 for Lawrence on the sideline down yelling, getting his hand worked on.
Xavier Garcia. All right, second down and short. At about the 32-yard line, handoff Coda, and that big load gets the first down. The running not as easy on that play. His helmet is off. And Coda is up and fine. He'll run off the field after getting the first down. They spot him at the 37. Yeah. So a 1st and 10 play coming up here for Bangor from the 37 of Lawrence.
27.
From the 27 of Lawrence. 6:50 to go.
Ironically, that was also Coda's 4th carry for 27 yards.
Okay.
Second and short, I think the whole stadium knows who's getting the ball, and that's big number 40 plowing through the center of the line.
1st and 10 from the 27. Bangor down here by a score of 12-7. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Rams looking for their first win of the year. Trips left, 1 right. Tennant in motion. Across the formation, a fake jet sweep. Johnson to run it himself, 25. And Johnson, who's a load in his own right, inside the 25 to the 24.
And that is, as you pointed out, specifically in the pregame, between him and Coda, that's a whole lot of football player to tackle.
That's some bigness.
Yes, that is an apt description.
Gain of 4 there, 2nd and 6. Johnson to the sidelines to get the play. Tomorrow night, we're in Turner. Levitt hosting Coney, 7 o'clock Saturday Night Football. Wide to the left side, Parker Cummings. Wide to the right side, Tennant. Johnson in the gun. 2nd and 6. From the 24. Fake handoff. He keeps it himself. Big guy. And he runs right through the hands there of Brady Richards, who's been Lawrence's best defensive player this year. He runs through Richards' hands, and for a whole lot more, he is down inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be goal to go. 1st and goal to go at the 7.
That is a big. It's not. It's his size. He's got good speed, but he's just shifty enough that you can't quite get enough of him, and then he's able to just push off the little contact you can get.
1st and goal at the 7 for Johnson in the Bangor offense. Fake Dakota, going to keep it himself. He runs out of the grasp of Richards, and he goes into the end zone. Kyle Johnson scoots into the end zone from 7 yards out, and Bangor is back in front, 13-12.
How about that nice little hurdle there at the end? 62 yards on 6 carries and 2 tutties for Johnson.
And Bangor goes 54 for the score. Now for the conversion, Caden Karam, 1 for 1. Snap is good. Ball is down plenty of distance. It is up and good. So Karam is 2 for 2. And the lead for the Bangor Rams is 2. The score, Bangor 14 and Lawrence 12. You're watching and listening to high school football on The Score.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, at Skowhegan Savings, we make buying your home a personalized experience. Our team of local community bankers are available on your time to help you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing your loan. We have a variety of mortgage terms to fit your needs and a biweekly payment option that can save you time and money off your loan. We also won't sell your loan, so your loan stays local with us. Contact one of our community bankers or apply online at skowhegan.com to start your home buying journey today.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Caden Karam has it teed up at the 40-yard line. Back to return, Dustin Hunter Bellows. He's the single safety back there, a trio of upmen. And he's going to get a chance to handle it. Hunter Bellows drops it at the 13, picks it up at the 14, stutter step to the 20, and he avoids a high tackle, then gets belted after that. And Dustin Hunter Bellows had to work like the devil to get it up to the 26-yard line.
And he did a nice job there shaking off, as you saw on the Mid-State Machine instant replay, 3 different tackles. As soon as he popped up from that last one, though, that next Bangor defender said, no, I'm going to hit you square in the center here and make sure you go down. How about that, though, Mike? Bangor threw the first 3 plays of the game for their first possession, thrown interception. They have not thrown it since.
And it's paid off.
Big time.
1st and 10 for this Lawrence offense. Double handoff. Here's Dustin Hunter Bellows. Lots of speed, 30, and Hunter Bellows up near the stick. He'll be a little short, I think, on the spot. Maybe. He got 10. It's going to be close. I was wrong. He's got it. 1st down.
And Roy there on that far side couldn't quite seal long enough, as they had the offensive line did a nice job creating a seam for him to get upfield. That was about 1 block away from him going to the house.
So he's to the 36, 1st and 10 Lawrence. Wide to the right side, Bradford. Hunter Bellows is the slot. Coming in motion is Dawson Moore. Back to throw, Hamlin. Fires down, overthrows. No! Hunter Bellows with a circus catch! A marvelous play by Dustin Hunter Bellows at the 44-yard line. Maybe the catch of the year.
That was a heck of a catch.
Holy mackerel, Sapphire. Hunter Bellows came out of his shoes to get that.
25.
That was magnificent. A.J. Knight working on the math and working hard. Lawrence takes time. We'll hang right here with you. Gives us a chance to tell you that tonight's game is brought to you by the Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks always cost you less. Find them online at cmautogroup.com. Coming up at halftime, which is brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company, we'll have all the partial scores and the schedule of games tonight. Schedule of games tomorrow night, including our game, Coney at Levitt. And, of course, halftime stats and highlights from A.J. Knight. It's all coming up at the half, brought to you by Hammond Lumber.
No, I stand corrected. The scoreboard, I was doing a math, double-checking my math against the scoreboard. Scoreboard had them at 31. You were right, though. They were at the 36. So that's actually 14-20. So I gave them 5 too many. Apologies.
And here I was fluffing you all up for your successful math work.
I apologize. It's hard to run instant replay, stats, and math all at the same time. I only have so many fingers and toes.
You kids, you're all supposed to be able to multitask with all those gadgets.
I can't. There's our game for tomorrow, as you mentioned, too, playing a little bit of catch-up. How about the fact, though, Mike, Lawrence doing some nice job doing a nice job in the passing game. This game really, despite the fact both teams really doing a lot of damage on the ground, may come down to the last person to touch the ball.
1st and 10, 44-yard line after the Hunter Bellows marvelous catch. The turn, handoff Carter. Carter outside, can't really get outside. Wyatt Firo. Whoops, he broke away from that, as you can see. Bangor says there a fumble. Was there a fumble? Yes? No? Yes! So that's what all the commotion was. Colton Carter fumbled, so we have our second turnover of the game, and it's recovered by Bangor at their 39-yard line.
Now, how about that? You saw there as we ran the mid-state machine while we got that. He was able to fight out of that containment, got into another group of tacklers, and then had it taken away from him.
So Carter fighting for more, and it cost him as he turns it over. And Bangor in business with the lead 14-12. 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line for quarterback Kyle Johnson. Protected by a running back on either side. The turn, the handoff to Knights. And Mason Knights pounds over the 45, and he squirts ahead near the stick at the 49-yard line. Once again on the tackle, Brady Richards, but way downfield. That is a first. And they're going to go no huddle. 3:45 to go in the first half. Bangor on top, 14-12. Johnson barking out signals. He's a junior. Johnson turns, hands it off. Knights. Knights again with yardage to the 45-yard line as he angled over there. And the tackle made by Dawson Moore, the linebacker for Lawrence. A pickup of 5 right on the nose. It is 2nd down and 5. Again, Sands huddle. Johnson looks at the sidelines. Now he'll bark things out. Got a flag.
Far side linesman threw it.
And it's going to be on Bangor. Are they lined up offsides? Yes, sir. Boy, that'll drive a coach to an early grave.
And especially, too, like you said, no huddle, but it's not the no huddle with instructions to the sideline, so you had time.
Yeah. It's not like they're in a hurry up.
No. That being said, the way they're running the ball, I don't know that it necessarily is going to matter, but, for Lawrence, this could be your chance. You get a decent tackle here. Next thing you know, it's 3rd and long.
So they're back to 2nd and 10 from midfield, right on the 50-yard line. Wide to the right side is Tennant. Wide to the left side, Parker Cummings. Johnson. And another flag down. And again, it is on the offense. This one is procedure.
How about that? Rams all of a sudden, maybe they shouldn't switch this tempo, Mike. All of a sudden they try and run this sort of no huddle and they have two straight infractions. You're Lawrence, you got to stop him for minimal gain here.
Referee Troy Hill busy here the last couple of plays.
He doesn't want to be shown up by Thursday Night Football.
Somebody made some crack about, I don't know who the ref was last night. They called him Ed Hockley Jr.
Clay Martin, I believe is his name.
They called him Ed Hockley Jr. Of course, Hockley's son is a ref now.
Yes, he is.
But
along with those signature biceps.
Exactly. He's got daddy's biceps. 2nd and 15 from the 45. Johnson rolling left. Looking downfield, being chased by Moore. Now he's going to run the football. Moore almost had him. He got away from that. And Johnson, for all of the work that he did, got about 6.
Nice job there, just stringing that one along. Johnson a load, so it took a little extra effort there. But, again, you got him in 3rd and call this medium long. They're going to be 3rd and 9. I'll call that long. Give him 6.
So 3rd and 9, we have a running clock with 1:45 to go. They have ditched the no huddle for now. And Johnson back from the sidelines. On 3rd down and 9 from the 49-yard line. He's got trips to the right, 1 running back, 1 receiver left. Johnson rolls to the right. Rolls. Now he's going to run. Hits in or gets into some traffic there, and Lawrence does a good job defending it. He got a yard maybe.
Not much. I wonder, too.
Colton Carter stopped him.
Lawrence did a nice job there. I wonder if that one, I don't know, if maybe he had the option, but it looked like Johnson was just taking that the whole way.
So 4th down, they'll punt.
I give him about just 2. So nice job. Those penalties help out Lawrence to get a third down stop.
Johnson punts. Preston Roy back near the 15 to return it. Johnson waiting for the clock. Going to milk it for all he can. He might even take a penalty.
Are you surprised Lawrence not taking a timeout? Just save some time, see what happens. What if Roy busts this for 50 and you're right there?
So he is going to kick it. Here it is. It's a fine punt. Roy lets it go, get away from it. It's covered there by Gavin Glanville-True. So Lawrence deep in their own territory inside their 20-yard line with 30.9 seconds left in the first half.
I was going to pose this question to you, Mike, but how about to our YouTube comment section? If you've been with us throughout the season or you've gone back and rewatched In the Vault and Central Maine Sports, if you're not going to throw the ball here and try and score points, what should you do?
Take a knee.
Take a knee.
Take a knee. Now
timeout.
somebody's taken a timeout, and it's Bangor. Bangor has taken a timeout. That's what happened in the Coney game. Lawrence had the lead late. They got the football back. Actually, no, the game had already been tied up by that time. Yep. They got the football back and at the 5-yard line, got 20 yards on first down. And then on second down, that's when the fumble occurred, recovered by the Coney Rams, and the next play the ball was in the end zone with no time left. When, if you weren't going to do anything with the ball, take a knee.
Yeah, and that was a double whammy because then Coney, I believe, got the ball to start the second half. They go down and score again, and that was pretty much all she wrote for that. So, again, we have learned this lesson the hard way, or we have watched teams learn the lesson this hard way. If you're not going to be aggressive, take the knee. Especially because Lawrence is – no, sorry, I'm incorrect. Bangor is going to start with the ball in the second half. They deferred.
So Lawrence takes a timeout, which would normally lead you to believe they're not going to take a knee.
Bangor took timeout.
Excuse me, Bangor took the timeout, so forget what I was going to say. Never mind.
I imagine in that huddle they're talking about, hey, remember what Mike Violet said on Central Maine Sports? They run something here, you try and punch that ball out.
I'll bet you $20 right now that's not what was said.
All I know is the next week, because it was against Coney. It was the next week. Didn't Coach Lippert text us? Because next week somebody else ran the ball a couple times right before half, and Coach Lippert, I thought, texted you and said, that's why you take a knee.
I don't
could
remember.
Be wrong.
So Hamlin's in the shotgun, and normally you wouldn't take a knee in the shotgun. Preston Roy in motion. They're gonna run their offense down the middle of, actually down the sideline that goes, and Moore didn't get out of bounds, which is hard to believe, but he didn't. They're going to quickly line up. Lawrence with a 2nd and 8. They get it off. Hamlin flips it, flat, caught by Carter. Flag is down. This will be coming back. 6 seconds left. Carter rolls out of bounds, but this will be called back. It is holding on the offense. 4.3 seconds left, and now I suspect they will take the knee.
I see where they marked that one off because I did not get the catch yardage.
Doesn't matter anyway because it does not count.
No, I meant on that first one.
Oh, I see. Well.
Looks like the 22?
Yeah.
So give him 7.
All right, penalty marked off.
Back him up 10.
So they're back at about the 13 or so. For a second down and long, second down, and now the knee. They'll run the clock out, and that is the end of that in the first half. So the Bangor Rams threw the ball on their first 3 play of the games. 2 incompletions, then an interception, which Lawrence turned into a touchdown. And then we had the Rams stick to the run after that, to the tune of having a 2-point lead here at halftime. Our score on homecoming here at P. Cooper Stadium at Keyes Field in Fairfield, the Bangor Rams 14, the Lawrence Bulldogs 12. Halftime is coming up next on The Score.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com, where printing's personal, not puzzling.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity, where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
For the safety of you and your family, 201 Tire Battery and Service on Riverside Drive in Vassalboro offers only the best and most reliable tires and batteries, including used batteries for your ride, cars, motorcycles, and more. And tires for everything: tractors, lawnmowers, your car and truck, custom rims? Yup, of course. Open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 until 5, Friday till 3. Pet friendly with free battery testing and complimentary ice cream. 201 Tire Battery and Service on the Augusta Vassalboro line.
Is it time for an auto loan? The team at Connected Credit Union will focus on an affordable monthly payment to fit your budget, while offering you a low rate and great service. Give our loan team a try for your next auto purchase. The added convenience of applying online or using our mobile app is just one more way Connected Credit Union makes your financing easy. Get connected, stay connected. Federally insured by the NCUA, member eligibility required.
At High Chevrolet in Skowhegan, our family is here for your family. And our family has been providing affordable, reliable transportation to families in central and western Maine for 113 years. You don't have that kind of longevity in the car business without building strong, trusting relationships with customers from one generation to the next. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned, financing, or special incentives, your shopping experience is always stress-free at Haight Chevy. Haight Chevrolet on Madison Avenue as you turn into Skowhegan. You'll also find the Haight family of dealerships in Madison and Farmington.
Welcome back to P. Cooper Stadium here at Keyes Field in Fairfield. It is halftime at P. Cooper Stadium at Keyes Field in Fairfield. The score is Bangor 14 and Lawrence 12. It's time for our second quarter breakdown. It's brought to you by 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan. 2 touchdowns in the second quarter one by each team. Lawrence scored the first one. It ended a 56-yard drive as Colton Carter went in from a yard out. The extra point by Moore was no good as Lawrence tried a different kicker. 12-7, Lawrence was back in front, but it's a lead that lasted just 5 or so minutes because Bangor goes 54 yards for a touchdown, and they get it on the feet and the legs of Kyle Johnson. Johnson goes in from 7 yards out. It caps off a 54-yard drive. The extra point by Karam was good. He's 2 for 2 on the night. 14-12 there. So that's your second quarter breakdown, courtesy of 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan. Halftime is presented by Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. You can find them online at hammondlumber.com. A 2-point game, the difference in the game, a couple of extra points, and of course now Lawrence has got to chase them here in the second half, and we'll get to that later on. Each team has moved the ball. Lawrence has thrown the ball maybe a little bit more than Bangor. Bangor tried to throw the ball early on. We saw how that ended with 2 incompletions, then a pick as we watched the first half highlights. But the Rams, with some big running backs and a big quarterback, have really pounded the rock here tonight. Twice today, I've had people refer to this game as a potential slobber knocker. That's become a new vogue term, a slobber knocker. And I guess it's a slobber knocker, huh?
Yes and no, because I think when you talk about that, you expect it to be the case where obviously there's a lot of rushing, and that's what these two teams want to do. But to me, like slobber knocker, I used the term rock fight last week for Skowhegan and Lawrence, and for 3 quarters and maybe a little bit into the fourth, that's what it was to me. It was just sort of a brutal, who's got the heart to kind of gut this one out, and Lawrence ended up sort of wearing down Skowhegan. This one, I think, a little bit more eloquent in terms of Lawrence, surprisingly, a little bit more of the finesse team today, while Bangor coming out and just kind of saying, okay, hey, let's ignore those first 3 throws of the game, which didn't go well. We're just going to drop back, and then we're going to take off, and we think we're bigger and stronger than you. And to this point, neither team has really stopped each other, minus a turnover apiece. Bangor on their first drive, and then right here, as you see this highlight, Carter fighting for extra yards, gets it stripped, and it goes the other way to the Rams.
The Bangor Rams, AJ Knight, do not look like a football team that hasn't won a game this year.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, like you said, you talked to both coaches ahead of time, and he said, and I quote, right, we're not battle tested. We have iron sharpens iron, and we have for sure dealt with iron to start this season, and kind of looks like a team who has taken its knocks, maybe a little bit. I'm still trying to figure out. They drop back and throw 3 times from their opening drive, incompletion, interception, and they have run. I've got this. Since then, they have run the ball 19 times, no passes. They've run 19 times for 149 yards. 20 for $150 would be 7.5. So they're averaging about a little more than 7.5 yards per carry.
They have completely changed philosophy from those first 3 plays, and the change of philosophy has been nothing but a success so far, as they have run inside, outside. They have huge size in their running backs and their quarterback. Their offensive line is pretty good size as well. But I think we've seen Lawrence pushed around tonight like we've not seen this year. Well, maybe a little bit in the Coney game. But
a little bit Coney, but this one I think a little bit more so because it just feels like they have to tackle everybody at the second level. And I think Bangor's got a nice blend, right? Coda is just going to run. He's up and down. He is going to go straight forward. Good luck tackling him. Knights brings you a little bit more speed, can get out in the edges. And then Johnson, for his size, is hard to take down, but he's surprisingly shifty.
So 14-12 Bangor, and Bangor will get the ball to start the second half here. That should be interesting. The Friday night schedule tonight is a busy one. Unfortunately, there aren't any partial scores in. I'm not sure what's going on. I cannot find any partial scores, so what I'll do is just run down the rest of the schedule here tonight. EL, which got a win over Messalonsky last week in Oakland, is in New Hampshire tonight, taking on Spalding, part of the Maine-New Hampshire crossover series. Elsewhere, Freiburg Academy is at Falmouth tonight, and no partial score in from that. I've been trying to find one, and I can't find one. I might text Mike Hathaway before too long. Gardner's at Messalonsky. Maybe I'll text B.L. Lippert for a score on that one. They started at 7. Greeley at Yarmouth tonight. Hampden Academy is at Madomic Valley. Kennebunk is at Sanford tonight. Lewiston is in Portland to take on the Bulldogs. Madison playing Dirigo tonight. Foxcroft Academy hosting Mattanock Academy. Belfast hosting MCI tonight. Morse is at MDI tonight. Skowhegan's at Mount Blue. The Battle of Route 2 in that one. Waterville is at Mount Ararat in 8-man football. And Wells is at Mountain Valley tonight. Tomorrow, of course, our game is tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at Leavitt High School in Turner as the Leavitt Hornets host the Coney Rams. And we'll be on the air with our pregame show at 6:50. Saturday football in the afternoon. Biddeford is at Cheverus tomorrow at 12:30. Bonnie Eagles at Thornton Academy. That could be a wing dinger. That's a 1 o'clock start. Camden Hills will play Grey New Gloucester at 5:30 in 8-man football. Dexter's at St. John Valley. That's a road trip. Freeport will be at Cape tomorrow at 1. Mount View is at Booth Bay at 1. Socopee Valley at Telstar. Scarborough's at Oxford Hills at 1. Winslow is playing Saturday football, but tomorrow night they're playing in Lisbon, just down the road from where I live, at Lisbon High School, taking on the Greyhounds at 7. Winthrop Monmouth Halldale is at Oak Hill. That's a noon start tomorrow. And York is at Brunswick tomorrow for a 6 o'clock start. So that is the entire schedule for week number 4 already in high school football. Here tonight on homecoming at P. Cooper Stadium, Kaysfield and Fairfield, a huge crowd on hand, a big homecoming parade this afternoon before the game. And the Bangor Rams looking anything like that is a winless team. They come in 0-3, and they have taken it to Lawrence here in the first half. And the difference is a couple of extra points. Bangor made theirs. Lawrence did not make theirs. So 14-12, Bangor on top of Lawrence here at halftime. Our halftime show presented by Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, HammondLumber.com. Second half action coming up next on The Score.
At Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher,
an HVAC technician,
pediatric nurse.
Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect,
physical therapist,
I'm going to be a lawyer,
or we're a stop along the way,
I'm going to be a doctor,
a machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer,
an athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack of all trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder or a farmer or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
My dad's a real hero. Not like a superhero or anything. More like a regular dad kind of hero. 'Cause every weekend, even when the weather's bad and it's super snowy, he always gets us there safe.
They don't know how you do it. All they know is that you care.
See Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price. Route 201, Skowhegan.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades, and Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Bangor 14 and Lawrence 12 here at the half before the second half begins. A.J. Knight's got the first half numbers.
Yeah, for Bangor, Johnson 0 for 3 with an interception. First 3 offensive plays they ran. Since then, the team's run 19 straight times for 149 yards. Johnson's got 8 of those for 70 yards, 2 tutties, and then Knights has got 7 for 52. On the other side, Lawrence Hamlin is 8 for 9 for a $128. Carter's their leading rusher. He's got 5 for 41. He's got both touchdowns, but he also has a fumble loss. He's also got 3 catches for 64 yards. So on 8 touches in the first half, Colton Carter has 105 total yards, but he does have the turnover. And the team, 16 rushes for 68 yards. Not a bad average. It's over 4 yards a carry, but just for Lawrence, feels like those pop plays in the rush haven't been there. It's been in the passing game. They've been able to move down and kind of close out with the run.
Some scores in from Oakland. Mesolonsky leading Gardner 10-6 at the half. And the Freiburg-Falmouth game, it's as good as advertised. 7-7 in the third quarter. Thanks to Coach Mike Hathaway and Coach B.L. Lippert for sending us those scores. There are score correspondents tonight on the road.
Hey, it's a team effort, right? We hang out at Coach Lipp's QB camp. We come down and cover their game. They throw some scores every once in a while.
All right, here 14-12 Bangor. The difference, a couple of missed extra points. One of them by Jack Pelletier. The second one by Dawson Moore. Let's see what Lawrence does if they score again with extra points. Probably going to chase twos.
Shout out to we got it, but Dean Desmond may have said beforehand, just commented in our YouTube comment section. Again, Central Maine Sports on YouTube. You can chat with us. 7-7 Freiburg-Falmouth. So
all right.
Went and dug it up for you as well, Mike.
Hey, if you have scores, feel free to throw them there on our YouTube comments at Central Maine Sports on YouTube, at Central Maine Sports.
I will say Lawrence fans certainly flooded the views. Right about kickoff, it was about 60-40 Lawrence. It has since shifted 79-21 in our poll of who's going to win tonight. So Lawrence fans certainly currently outnumbering Bangor, I'll say that.
All right, back to return. Mason Knights wearing 5. I don't have a 6 on my roster. Do you?
Let me double check.
I don't think you do because you have the same one I do.
I imagine that. Do not.
Okay.
Why didn't we get an updated freshman roster from Lawrence?
We got that. It's the Bangor roster.
Didn't get one from Bangor.
Jaden Hebert will kick off. So on the near side, it's Knights. It's the mysterious number 6 on the far side. As Hebert ready to kick it off. Bangor 14, Lawrence 12. Second half is underway. A squibber. Going to be taken by the up man, Howell. Howell at the 25 to the 30. 35. Howell breaks through. And he is over the 40 to about the 41-yard line. And that's where Bangor starts. First and 10. From their own 41, leading 14-12 with Kyle Johnson, their junior quarterback, wearing number 20. Zach Coda in the backfield. Mason Knights, 40 and 5, respectively, for those of you watching our live stream. Fion Parker Cummings wide to the left. Wide to the right is Trey Tennant. First and 10, Bangor. From the 41, Coda up the middle. Big yardage over the 50-yard line into Lawrence real estate to the 45.
And again, nothing fancy about Coda. He is a north-south runner. He is going to get moving downhill, and if you don't hit him early, good luck hitting him late.
Keeps running like that, he's going to end up in the South Pole.
Yeah, give him 13.
First and 10 from the 46. Bangor O-line opening up some big holes. Kyle Johnson calling signals. This time, hands it off to Knights. Knights right side, dances at the 40. Knights near the stick. Got a big pig pile there. Official has his foot down at the 36. And that's just a little bit short of a first down. So 2 plays and a couple of chunk plays on the ground for Bangor. Second and less than a yard.
I'd say so. I mean, we don't have the greatest straight-on angle. Sure as heck looks like a first down from here.
Second and a little bit. One to the left, one to the right. Johnson protected on either side of the gun. Keeper himself, and he's got it, and he's got a lot more. Kyle Johnson won't go down. Johnson finally does at the 18-yard line. Give him 17 and a first down.
He is a big kid, but he is surprisingly shifty. He moves very well.
Shiftier than I thought when I first sized him up. My first time seeing him play, and he is an impressive runner. 1st and 10 from the 18. Tennant wide to the right side. Parker Cummings wide to the left. Johnson in the gun. Cota gets the give. Cota, big hole again. And Cota rides the wave all the way down to the 11. So Bangor has started this drive at its own 41, and they are in the red zone now for a 2nd down and 3 play at about the 11-yard line. 2nd and 3. One to the left, one to the right. Protection of running backs on either side for Johnson. Johnson hands it off, and it is Houghton. Houghton is in. Touchdown. Check that. Mason Knights. My bad. Mason Knights in for the touchdown.
In from 10 out. Give him his first tutty. They threw the first 3 plays of the game. They have now run, it was 19 at half, and they ran 5 times right there.
So Mason Knights goes in from 10. And now for the conversion, it's Caden Karam. And Lawrence, to say that they were offsides would be an understatement. That was Dustin Hunter Bellows who crashed the party and will get called for being offside. It'll be half the distance.
Was that like a yard and a half?
Yep. So Mason Knights caps off a 59-yard drive. Took just 2 minutes, 29 seconds. And Karam will attempt this conversion now from the 10. Movement in the offensive line.
So Bangor gained about a yard and a half, and now they're going to lose 5.
Right. So Caden Karam will be backed up now. Score from Farmington, Skowhegan 7, Mount Blue nothing at the half. Thanks to A.D. Jones for the score.
Shout out, Mr. Jones.
Karam from the 15 this time. The snap was not a great one. Getting it down was Tennant, but not in time. So Karam joins the missed extra point club tonight. He is the 3rd member. And with 9 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the 3rd, Bangor's opened up an 8-point lead. The score, the Rams 20 and Lawrence 12. This is high school football on the Score.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, at Skowhegan Savings, we make buying your home a personalized experience. Our team of local community bankers are available on your time to help you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing your loan. We have a variety of mortgage terms to fit your needs and a bi-weekly payment option that can save you time and money off your loan. We also won't sell your loan, so your loan stays local with us. Contact one of our community bankers or apply online at skowhegan.com to start your home buying journey today.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, back here live at P. Cooper Stadium, Kais Field in Fairfield. Caden Karam ready to kick it off. Preston Roy back deep, and he's got to go way back for this one to the 7. He dropped it again to the 10. Dances outside 15, to the middle now 20, 25, 30, 35 to the 40, and down he goes there. Preston Roy, after the initial bobble, an excellent return to the 40. Give him 33 on the return.
We've seen 2 bobbles, one on each side, and it's immediately followed up by the returner picking it up off the ground and then getting a really nice return out of it. The missed extra point was a big deal. Keeps Lawrence only trailing by 1 score.
Exactly.
Especially in a game where it seems like whoever's going to have the ball last may be in a position to win. Lawrence still, though, going to be chasing those points.
Lawrence 1st and 10 from its 40, down 20-12. The turn, the handoff. Great move inside by Roy. Jitterbugs 40 to the 50 and inside the 46-yard line. Preston Roy, actually, he's deeper than that. He's inside the 45-yard line. He's at the 45-yard line.
That is 2 really nice jukes in a row.
Some serious athleticism there.
Yeah, give him 15. That was a heck of a run.
Preston Roy dazzled.
How about that? He had 4 carries for 11 yards, picks up 15 on this 5th carry.
1st and 10 here from the 45. Roy in the backfield. Carter in motion. Back to throw is Hamlin. Scrambles away from pressure. Flips it down low. Incomplete. Had a man. That was Bradford. But the ball was low as Hamlin scrambled away from the pressure.
That's just his 2nd incompletion. He was 8 for 9 at half. Obviously, that's his first pass here in the 3rd quarter. He was really efficient in the first half.
So, clock stops on the incompletion. 8:42 to go in the 3rd. 20-12, Bangor in the lead.
Something to watch after Roy got that run, Mike. Again, Carter had 5 for 41 in the first half. Roy, 4 for 11. DHB, 5 for 20. Granted, he took that 9-yard loss.
Handoff, this is Roy again. Roy to the 40. Roy pounds down to the 37-yard line. Preston Roy picked up the grade 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Lawrence finding some success with kind of that quick hitter. It's not so much the fullback trap, but basically kind of the same motion.
3rd down and 2 from the 37. Hamlin under center. The turn. Carter gets the give, breaks a tackle, runs up the back of one of his offensive linemen, and just pushed on Wyatt Firo enough. It's going to be short, though. I thought maybe he had enough of a surge, but no.
Ooh.
They spotted him at the 36. He needs almost a full yard.
Yeah, they gave him
4th down, they'll go for it.
Mike, Dean Desmond just commented on our YouTube comment section, said Waterville's down 40-0 at half, another score in.
Tough year for Waterville. They barely have enough to get an 8-man team on the field, and with Dustin Hunter Bellows playing here now, makes it even tougher. 4th and a yard. Man in motion is Leclerc. They hand it off up the middle, and it's Carter, tripped up by Eli Marsh, but not before he got the first down and a lot more down to the 31-yard line. Give him 6. Great job there to sell that play by Michael Hamlin because he had a man coming in motion, handed the ball off to Carter and sold that he was possibly going to give it to the man in motion. 1st and 10 from the 31. Roy and Carter in the backfield. Play action. Hamlin in the flat, too high. Looking for Preston Roy. He was probably going to be hammered there after catching it by Nevin Howell.
Pressure there, just a nice job. Knight's got his hand up there, nearly got a piece of that. But like you said, DHB catches that. He's probably a hospital throw. You're going to get planted.
So, 2nd and 10. Coney and Levitt tomorrow night, 7 o'clock here on The Score.
And you know how you cannot miss that? You go to Central Maine Sports, you subscribe, and then you hit that little bell. You'll get the same notification Mike and I get every time we go live.
Absolutely.
You get an email that says we're live.
DHB in motion, the ride to him. He does get it. He has a hole open up. He cuts back. That was a great cutback by Dustin Hunter Bellows. Out there to save the day, Theo Blank, 44. That could have been a lot bigger run than it was. Dustin Hunter Bellows, some great shiftiness in that Lawrence backfield.
Ian Blackwell actually was able to initial contact there and kind of spin him around. It's not only, like you said, stopped from being a touchdown, it actually stopped it from being a first down.
3rd and 1.
Because he doesn't make that tackle. I think DHB gets up the sidelines. He's gone.
3rd down and 1. Roy, the single setback. Two to the right, one to the left. Now coming in motion is Carter. Carter gets the give on the sweep right side, and Carter to the 16. That's a first. They'll move the sticks. Lawrence in a one-possession game, down 20-12. Hamlin gets the play from Ken Lindloff. 1st and 10. Ball just outside the 15-yard line. Wide to the right side is Bradford. Hamlin sends DHB in motion. Handoff, quick hitter Carter. Carter to the outside. Carter really can't turn the corner, and he is spun out of bounds. Tennant out there to make the stop. Good job defending Carter on that play.
And Lawrence really, on those big, wide sweeps, really hasn't had a whole lot of luck finding that space there. Looks like Carter picked up about 4. It's been DHB and Roy kind of cutting up initially and then bouncing outside. That seems to have been close to breaking it.
All right, 2nd down. They call it 7 from the 12. 2nd and 7 from the 12. Bradford wide to the right. Carter and Roy in the backfield. DHB in motion. Handoff, quick hitter Roy. Roy hits it fast. 5, dive, touchdown! Preston Roy, lightning, as he goes in from 12. And Lawrence has cut the gap to 2. It is 20-18 pending the conversion. The Bulldogs go 60 in 6 minutes and 17 seconds. Or at the 6:17 mark of the quarter.
All right, Coach Violet. Are you going for 2 now?
Of course.
Lawrence is 2.
Considering you can't kick worth a darn tonight.
That's true. You could make it worse, so what's it hurt?
Hamlin from the shotgun, going to throw it all the way. Hamlin fires, and it's incomplete. Threw a fastball looking for Carter, and it was a little bit too high, so Lawrence gets within 2. They're 0 for 3 in extra points tonight. 2 kicks and an attempt at 2. 5:43 to go in the third quarter. The gap is cut to 2 for Lawrence. The score, the Bangor Rams 20, Lawrence Bulldogs 18. It's high school football on the score.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com where printing's personal, not puzzling.
All right, ready to kick it off for Lawrence is Jaden Hebert. Double safeties back. One of them is Mason Knights. It is an up man, though. It's Howell who's going to take it. Nevin Howell, 35-40. He breaks away, and he breaks over midfield. Poorly defended there on special teams by Lawrence, and after they score, they give up a long kickoff return on a squib kick. I'm telling you, nothing good ever comes from squib kicks.
As they said, I believe last week, squib kicks, the bunting of football.
Boy, kick the ball deep. So they take over, Bangor does, at the 45 of Lawrence. Great field position with a 2-point lead. Kyle Johnson. Running backs to either side, hands it off to Coda. Coda, the big bull, breaks away again. Look at him. It is like trying to bring down a bull. He's got a first down and more. He is down to the 31-yard line. Give him 14.
And again, Lawrence chasing points, needs to find a way to get a stop so they can get back out in front. The problem has been since Bangor committed to running the ball, the only stop they got was after 2 straight 5-yard infractions from Bangor, put them back to second and 15,
Coda sets up Bangor, 1st and 10 from the 31. Tennant wide to the right, wide to the left side is Fion Parker Cummings. Johnson in the belly of Knights. Knights trying to turn the corner, and he struggles to get down to about the 26, but that's still 5.
5 yards of carry will get you first down without running out of downs.
2nd down, call it a short 5. Ball just outside the 25-yard line. Got a running clock, 4.5 minutes to go in the 3rd. It is 20-18 Bangor. Wide side, the left side. Johnson from the gun. Johnson fakes it into one belly, puts it in the other belly, and that's Knights, and Knights rambles all the way down to the end zone. Touchdown! Mason Knights goes 26 for the touchdown. And we have a penalty on the play. Woo! So Lawrence catches a break.
Nearly a backbreaker there for the Bulldogs.
A penalty on Bangor.
I'm going to guess a hold.
There it is. Second penalty of the period for 20 yards. Check that. 15 yards. No, 20. Yeah, no, 15. 1, 5, and 1, 10.
But it did happen downfield because it was 2nd and short 5, and it's 2nd and a long 6 now, basically.
Actually, it's 2nd and 10.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
2nd and 10. Johnson fakes, keeps. Johnson zigzags through traffic, and he falls down at the 25-yard line. And that will set up a 3rd down and about 4. Under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. Bangor 20, Lawrence 18.
Now Lawrence needing to find a stop as the extra point game has really hurt them tonight and find themselves chasing points.
3rd down and 4. Line of scrimmage, the 25. Johnson. Hand off to Coda. Coda, the big guy, struggles, and he's got the first. He's inside the 20 to the 19. They'll move the sticks. Zach Coda is a horse.
Yeah, they're just it's a blend. You've got Coda's a north and south runner who's tough to take down. Knights is speedy, can get outside, and then Johnson is not easy to take down, but brings some deceptive shiftiness. It's a nice blend, and they're pretty much in the backfield together all night long.
1st and 10 from the 19. Bangor in the red zone. Running back to the left of Johnson. Coda goes in motion. The turn, the handoff to Knights. Knights, right side, over right tackle. Struggles, but he still gets to about the 11-yard line. So
Lawrence got some decent.
Check that, 16.
As I say, Lawrence got some decent penetration, as you see on the Mid-State Machine instant replay. Knights did a nice job being patient, though, and was able to still push forward and pick up 3.
2.5 to go in the 3rd.
How about this, Mike? Knights 11 rushes, 80 yards. Coda 8 for 67. Johnson 10 for 93.
They have gotten it done.
That'll work.
A crushing, punishing running attack tonight for Bangor. 2nd down and 7 at the 16. Johnson in the gun. Snap a little bit wayward. He keeps it himself. He sidesteps a tackler, but only is able to get to the 15-yard line at the bottom of the pile there for the Lawrence Bulldogs, Davin Baldick.
He sidestepped one, but he still took a shot in the chops.
So it's 3rd and about 5. Ball just inside the 15, officially at the 14. 3rd and 5. Bangor 20, Lawrence 18. On 3rd and 5, wide to the left side, Parker Cummings. Wide to the right side, Tennant. Johnson calling signals. In the belly of Coda. Coda puts his head down, drives, and he is all the way in. Touchdown, Zach Coda. You can't stop Zach Coda. You can't even hope to contain him.
I lost him in the scrum. Like you said,
Me too.
Drives like, okay, where's he at? First down, I think. Next thing you know, he somehow squirts out, and he's 5 yards deep in the end zone.
You figure with all that blue around him that somebody's going to stop him, but no, he keeps on trucking literally and into the end zone from 14. A short field, a 45-yard drive. And here's Caden Karam for the extra point.
Again, big extra point.
That would make it a 9-point game. Kick is up,
wide.
Not even close. He yanked that one wide to the left, so we're not exactly getting a Hall of Fame kicking exhibition tonight. 117 from either side, 117 to go in the third. Bangor, the lead is 8. It's still a one-possession game. The score, Rams 26, Lawrence 18. More football coming after this on The Score.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
A driving kick, Preston Roy after the Bangor touchdown at the 10 to the 20, and Roy spun down at the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. That'll be a 19-yard return as they put him down at the 29-yard line. Tonight's game is brought to you by Manchester Motors, your Coyote tractor dealer. We dig dirt at Coyote and Manchester Motors. By Casella Waste for your residential and commercial trash pickup. For Central Maine for computer improvements, from sales of computers and accessories to service. We are your go-to computer store. 1st and 10 for the Lawrence offense. It's Carter outside 30. Carter upfield, squared those shoulders up nicely after the initial hit, and a good gain by Colton Carter to the 36, maybe the 37. Let's see where they spot it.
Carter had a chance, I think, to get a little bit more. Had a lead blocker and missed both of the Bangor tacklers there.
45 seconds left in the third quarter. Bangor 26 and Lawrence 18. Bradford wide to the right side. Cole Curian in the game. He's wide left. Hamlin in the gun. Hands it to Roy. Roy upfield 40. First down. He just got tackled by the shoelaces and knocked down at the 45-yard line. Man, he is quick.
Yeah, again, not necessarily touchdown-saving tackle, but there was a little bit of a bounce outside there for Roy. Potentially could have been.
1st and 10 at the 45. Clock runs after they set the sticks. See if Lawrence can get a play off. Clock at 10. They break. They're going to try to. Hamlin in the shotgun. 3, 2, they get it off. Again, it's Roy. Roy tackled high, and a flag does come out. A flag did come out. Roy got very little, but they're going to get more on the flag. It comes with no time left on the clock, and here is the call, personal foul. It is a face mask on the Bangor Rams, so they'll march it off. Meantime, third quarter in the books. Our score as we go to the fourth. The Bangor Rams 26, the Lawrence Bulldogs 18. You're watching and listening to high school football on The Score.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
All righty, Mike Violet, AJ Knight back here at P. Cooper Stadium, Keyes Field in Fairfield. A 15-yard penalty for a face mask has been marched off, so it's 1st and 10. Lawrence at the Bangor 40. 3 penalties for 40 yards, or 30 yards, that is, in the... Oop, a bad snap, and it's recovered by Bangor! John Biberstein recovers the bad snap that Hamlin could not get a handle on. And Lawrence turns it over for the second time tonight. Second fumble of the game.
Backbreakers, you're driving there. Again, a chance to tie it. Chance to tie it and then see what you were going to have to work with here with the last 10 or so minutes. Instead, now Bangor can really put a stranglehold on this one.
All right. I'm confused. Look at the clock. The clock says there are 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, also, why did they move the ball all the way back there?
So the fumble play, it was not the end of the quarter at that point?
Oh, and was it an untimed down?
It must have been.
But that was still a fumble recovery, right? So that's the end of the fourth.
So what we saw, that fumble was not in the fourth quarter. It was in the third quarter.
You are correct.
My mistake. That was an untimed down. And I'm not sure why it was an untimed down. But Bangor is about to take over at their own 44-yard line after the fumble by Michael Hamlin. 1st and 10 for Kyle Johnson. And this Bangor offense, which has grounded and pounded all night long. Here's Knights doing more of it. And look at the great blocking downfield.
He's still going.
He's still going. And this is almost getting embarrassing with the Lawrence tackling here, or lack thereof. And the blocking, Nevin Howell downfield doing a great job. And now we've got a whistle and apparently a timeout.
Bangor had a player down. It looked like cramps.
Well, that player got up very quickly. Lawrence also had a player down who got up very quickly.
I don't think there's a timeout. I think Bangor was just taking advantage. I think it was just a quick injury timeout.
Down in Falmouth, 15-14 Falmouth with 4 minutes to go. So that one
That's a heck of
came
a game.
as advertised. All right, 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line for Bangor. They lead by a score of 26-18. Johnson, Coda, right side, breaks a tackle, 35. Look out, it's a runaway truck. And he is down to the 27, maybe the 26. I'm not getting in front of Zach Coda.
I believe that's called making a business decision. Well, especially there, he's been pretty much not even in between the tackles. I would say for the most part, he's been in between the guards. And all of a sudden, you got a runaway freight train out in open space.
1st and 10.
They put him at the 27, so that's back-to-back. No, it's 15 yards for Knights, 14 yards there for Coda.
Line of scrimmage is the Lawrence 27. Johnson. A play fake, keeps it himself. Johnson pounds up, and he got pounded on that play, and that was Brady Richards, 77 in blue. For those of you watching our live stream tonight.
How about this, Mike, as we'll get the yardage here on that carry. Before that carry from Johnson, though, Knights 12 for 95, Coda 10 for 95, Johnson 11 for 94. And they gave him one, so now 12 for 95. They all have 95 yards. That is... I can do that math. That's nearly 300 rushing yards.
You're doing good tonight, man.
Thank you. A lot of fingers and toes went into that
AJ Knight abacus is working overtime. All right, 2nd down. The turn, here's Coda. Coda pounds, and still pounds. He's to the 24.
At that time, Lawrence was able to bow up a little bit. I know it was still 5, but after giving up back-to-back 14-yarders to open this one up.
Bangor offensive lineman Alex Kearns hobbling off. Meantime, Kyle Johnson back on the field with the play here on 3rd and 6 from the 23. 3rd and 6. Lawrence desperately needs a stop. Wide to the right side, newly in the game, Gavin Glanville True wearing 23. They're not going to throw it, though. They're going to hand the ball off, of course, to Knights, and Knights know where to go. Did the ball come out?
I think it did late, whether Knights was down. See what the instant means.
Lawrence, of course, thinks it did, but it didn't.
I believe he was down.
So down he is, but oh so close to the first down. It'll be 4th and a yard. 4th down and 1 for Bangor at the 19 of Lawrence. Bulldogs desperately need a stop on this play. 4th and 1. They go under center. Johnson goes left side, and boy, he didn't get much. He didn't get much. Did he get enough of a surge?
He fell forward. We get a tough angle. He fell forward, as we saw there on the replay. Show it to you one more time because they're going to measure it, looks like.
Absolutely have to measure it because he didn't get much of anything, Kyle Johnson. He got stood up. So we have an official's timeout for the measurement.
As we see that replay a few times there in the Mid-State Machine, it's replay. He kind of backed up as he went down. I'll show it to you here one more time. Kind of takes that step back down the line and then falls forward, but obviously it's a measurement, so it's close.
He got it just by the nose of the ball. So 1st down for Bangor. 8.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. The Rams on top by a score of 26-18. 1st and 10.
Man, how about that for Lawrence? That close.
Sometimes it is a game of inches. 1st and 10 Rams. Johnson in the shotgun. Quarterback keeper Johnson with a big hole, avoids a tackle and then spins down. But another big gainer after the Bangor offensive line opened up a gaping hole. Give him 8.
Dodged Cole Kirian there. And Kirian might look tough to see from the replay. Looked like he cleared Kirian, but is able to get him to at least tangle his own feet up enough. Otherwise, that's 7.
2nd and 2. Bangor with an opportunity to make it a 2-score game. Tennant wide to the right. Wide to the left side. Glanville True. Handoff, and it's Coda. Coda can't be stopped. He's in for the touchdown. Zach Coda from 10. And he has been an unstoppable force for the Bangor Rams tonight.
How about that, Mike? Wait till after this extra point. But I got their unofficial rushing numbers.
All right, so what are they going to do? They're going to send Caden Karam out again. Keep on trying it. Touchdown comes at the 6:37 mark of the 4th quarter. Tennant will hold. Snap is good. Kick is up. It's plenty long enough. Does it have the eyes? Yes. We have a made extra point.
That puts him up by 15 now. Real quick, Mike, as opposed to stepping aside, is Bangor now in a commanding position. Maybe take a quick second to give the 3rd quarter recap. We got caught up there with that untimed down.
It sure did. Thanks for reminding me. It's brought to you by our 3rd quarter breakdown by 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partners since 1984 in Skowhegan. Yeah, there was an uneven end, shall we say, to that 3rd quarter, but a 3rd quarter that saw Bangor, that is, score 2 touchdowns. Mason Knights a 10-yard run. Zach Coda a 14-yard run. That was sandwiched between, or outside that is, sandwiched between a Roy 12-yard run for the Lawrence Bulldogs, 26-18 at the end of 3. And our third quarter breakdown brought to you by 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan. Now, though, the Rams have scored again, and it is 33-18.
And here's the numbers for you, Mike. Knights, 13 for 100. Coda, 12 for $108. And Johnson, 14 for 103.
Karam to kick off. Preston Roy deep. And Lawrence in trouble. Taken by an up man at the 27 to the 30, 35, and squirting ahead to the 43-yard line. Was that Dustin Hunter Bellows? I believe it was. So, it is 1st and 10. We also had a flag down at the end of the play, and it's on Bangor. So, ball was returned to the 43. It's only a 5-yard penalty. I think it was a inadvertent face mask.
Makes sense. Bangor. About the only thing they haven't done, well, that and passing the ball, which they quickly ditched.
Yeah, they decided that wasn't for them. Let's run the ball. We do that really well.
Just really curious why they came out and threw 3 straight times when they could turn around and hand it off like this.
All right, Hamlin hands off to Roy. Roy over midfield into Bangor Real Estate to the 49. Short gain.
Give him about 3. Good field position, but now, obviously, like you said, trailing by 2. Lawrence really has to get in a hurry.
Got to score quick. Taking a lot of time here.
Now, this is what we saw against Coney, right? Even when the game was still in striking distance, just struggled to move quickly.
2nd down and 6 from the 49 of Bangor. Dustin Hunter Bellows, play action to him, downfield. Caught in the middle of the field by Carter, 35, and Carter stopped dead in his tracks there. But a 1st down. Hamlin over to get the play.
Again,
6:20.
14 there. Lawrence still does have all 3 timeouts. Challenge is going to be scoring quickly, obviously, the first part. Can you stop them with potentially 3 or maybe 4 straight runs the way we've seen the field position start?
1st and 10, 35. Tight formation. Man in motion, Dustin Hunter Bellows gets the pitch, a fake, bounces outside, 35, and scoots out of bounds. That was good of him to get it out of bounds.
They're going to get all that running, I think about maybe 4. Long 3. No, not even that. 3. How about this for keeping someone in check, Mike? DHB tonight, 7 carries, 32 yards, and he's got that one great catch that went for 20. Someone at his speed, Bangor's done a nice job tracking him down.
2nd down and about 7 from the 32-yard line. Hamlin out under center. Roy, the running back. Inside handoff to Preston Roy. Cuts inside. Breaks a tackle 25 to the 23, maybe the 22-yard line. Bottom of the pile there for the Bangor Rams. A guy we've mentioned a lot tonight. Nevin Howell, senior linebacker.
That did a nice job there. Bangor forcing him inside because it looked like that was going to be wide open for him to get upfield. And get outside and get upfield, I mean. Instead, they do a nice job there.
1st down, 1st and 10. Lawrence has got to score quick. 5.5 minutes to go. They trail 33-18. Hamlin rolling to the right. Stops, flips, flat, caught by Roy. Roy belted. And no gain. Howell comes up from his linebacker spot to make the tackle. Also in on the stop, Theo Blank. So nothing there. 2nd and 10 as we close in on 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. And Lawrence just not moving fast enough here.
No, and again, just need those chunk plays. And problem is Bangor knows you need those chunk plays, so they're trying to get up the field in a hurry.
2nd and 10 from the 22. Hamlin from the gun. Jet sweep, it's Dustin Hunter Bellows to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Hunter Bellows down to the 7. Give him 15 yards. That's a chunk play they needed.
That's one of the few times it feels like those sweeps has been able to get some space on the outside from the defense and then get upfield.
Falmouth about ready to win down at home against Freiburg. Meanwhile, Messalonski's up 13-6. With about 9 minutes to go in that game, Messalonski's got 2 field goals tonight. So that's where the kicking is tonight.
I wondered where it was. So it was in Oakland. Who knew?
First and goal at the 7. Wide to the right side is Leighton Bradford.
Took a while to get set up there.
The turn, the handoff. Colton Carter has a blocker out in front. Might have been a penalty. No. He is still able to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Colton Carter. Some awful tough running there from 7 yards out. That makes it 33-24.
And your Lawrence, regardless, are they going to... They can't attempt the extra point, right? They hadn't made one all night.
I don't know what they're going to do. I think you got to go for 2.
That's what I'm saying, because, like, you hadn't made one all night. You might as well go for 2.
8:04 gone in the fourth quarter when that touchdown is scored.
That's Carter's 3rd touchdown as
He's
well.
had a good night.
11 for 71 and 3 tutties.
Where did that drive begin? I forgot to write it down.
Yes.
You didn't either.
I don't write down the drive starts.
Okay, my bad.
That one's yours. 40-something.
All right, they're going to go for 2 here. Lawrence in the shotgun. Carter right to the left, now to the right of Hamlin. Back to throw. Hamlin looking, flips, end zone. It's dropped by Dustin Hunter Bellows right there. The 2-point pass is no good. 3:56 to go. It's a 2-score game. The score, Bangor 33, Lawrence 24. More football coming from Fairfield after this on The Score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity, where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
For the safety of you and your family, 201 Tire Battery and Service on Riverside Drive in Vassalboro offers only the best and most reliable tires and batteries, including used batteries for your ride, cars, motorcycles, and more. And tires for everything: tractors, lawnmowers, your car and truck, custom rims. Yep, of course. Open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 until 5, Friday till 3. Pet friendly with free battery testing and complimentary ice cream. 201 Tire Battery and Service on the Augusta Vassalboro line.
Mike Violet and our Score crew: AJ Knight, Logan Cameron, Ashley Knight back here live. Pete Cooper Stadium, Kais Field in Fairfield. A 9-point lead for Bangor as Lawrence kicks off.
They had that too. They had it. Here's a question, Mike. Is this your onside, your surprise onside?
I guess so. And did it roll out? No. It was recovered by Bangor. I did not expect it. Pretty well executed there by the freshman for Lawrence, Jaden Hebert.
That put it in a good spot, just nicely snagged. Take one more quick look. I believe that is, I think 7. Hard to see from where we're at. But I believe
Trey Tennant.
I believe that is Trey Tennant, who's able to fall on that one and hang on to it.
All right, so Bangor takes over at the 50.
3 timeouts for the Bulldogs, but the challenge has been
Can't stop them.
Yeah, getting themselves in a position to be able to use those.
1st and 10 for Kyle Johnson and company. Trying to run this one out. Turn, handoff, Knights. Knights off left tackle, came back inside.
He got
and
spun
still
down
squirmed
hard.
his way down to the 46.
That's the problem. Is even when Lawrence has gotten some penetration, Knights in particular has done a nice job of being just slippery.
3:43, and we got a very late flag just thrown by Troy Hill.
Uh-oh, somebody saying no word? I am not familiar with that hand signal. What is the two hands to the head?
I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be a first down and a 15-yard penalty. What's that call, fellas?
I have no idea what that hand signal is. No.
They don't even know, and there's an official in the booth down there. That makes me feel better.
So I believe that's 5 yards tonight and then 15 yards on Lawrence.
All right, so that puts the ball all the way down to the 30-yard line. 3.5 minutes to go. It's 33-24 Bangor. And the Rams will no doubt milk the clock as much as they can.
Now they really have a chance, obviously, to burn the clock, go up 2 scores, and get out of here with a kind of inverse of how their season's gone. They had a chance to hit a 40-burger.
Johnson calling signals. Turns, hands it off to Knights. Knights left side, puts his head down. There's a flag down behind the play. So this one will be called back. It is holding on Bangor.
Well, that puts Lawrence in an interesting spot depending on where they mark it off from. Looks like about the tail end there. Never mind. These refs are hard to read. I like some of the refs we've had, like Coney, other places. They go find where it is, and then they march off the 10. So the line of scrimmage was at 31. They end up back at the 40, so this should be about 1st and 19, it looks like.
I would go with that. 1st and 19 is what it looks like. Under 3 minutes to go. 33-24 Bangor.
Because the original line of scrimmage was the 31.
Johnson comes out in the gun. On 1st and 19. Johnson keeps himself, does a little dance there at the line of scrimmage, powers up, and gets the penalty back and more.
They had him in the backfield. Had a chance there first, getting hands on him, but just not able to slow him down enough to get some gang tackling was Xavier Garcia.
So it'll set up a 2nd down and about 8. So we got about 11. 2nd down and 8. 2:05 to go.
How about this?
I just got a text message suggesting that call was an illegal substitution. Is that a 15-yard penalty?
I've never seen that hand signal before. Again, it was he put 2 hands to his temples like he was like aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say do the Macarena, but it didn't feel appropriate.
Okay. All right, that's Coda. Coda with a big
boy.
hole, and he pounds down inside the 20 for the 1st down.
It just doesn't matter who it is. They just keep coming.
You are going to need your abacus and your calculator to figure out the rushing yards for Bangor.
Well,
They've got to be well over 300.
They are. All 3 of them have hit the century mark. There on that one, Coda picked up 10 more.
1st and 10. 1:15 to go. Lawrence not using its timeouts.
I think just because they're stuck. I mean, you can't get them in a down and distance.
Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson keeps. Johnson hit. Garcia back in the game after being injured earlier. Made the tackle.
You just see how tough it is there. Finally, they get Johnson down. They slow him down at least so they call, stop a forward momentum, but that's just how difficult he is to get down. Call that a loss of 2 because it's back on the other side of the 20. That being said, we're under 30 seconds here. I think this will be our last play.
They're letting it go, and Bangor is in victory formation. They're going to take a knee. Johnson down, and that will run the clock out. An impressive victory on the road for the Bangor Rams. They come to Fairfield and get their first win of the season. Ground and pound, the theme, the final score in this one. The Bangor Rams 33, the Lawrence Bulldogs 24. Our postgame show and our score player or players of the game coming up next. You're watching and listening to high school football on The Score.
Is it time for an auto loan? The team at Connected Credit Union will focus on an affordable monthly payment to fit your budget, while offering you a low rate and great service. Give our loan team a try for your next auto purchase. The added convenience of applying online or using our mobile app is just one more way Connected Credit Union makes your financing easy. Get connected, stay connected. Federally insured by the NCUA, member eligibility required.
At High Chevrolet in Skowhegan, our family is here for your family. And our family has been providing affordable, reliable transportation to families in central and western Maine for 113 years. You don't have that kind of longevity in the car business without building strong, trusting relationships with customers from one generation to the next. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned, financing, or special incentives, your shopping experience is always stress-free at Haight Chevy. Haight Chevrolet on Madison Avenue as you turn into Skowhegan. You'll also find the Haight family of dealerships in Madison and Farmington.
At Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher,
an HVAC technician,
pediatric nurse.
Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect,
physical therapist,
I'm going to be a lawyer,
or we're a stop along the way,
I'm going to be a doctor,
a machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer,
an athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. From 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257. 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Mike Violaday and AJ Knight and our score crew back here live at P. Cooper Stadium at Keyes Field in Fairfield, where the Bangor Rams have come to Fairfield on homecoming, and they have run roughshod over the Lawrence Bulldogs. I can't wait to hear the total rushing numbers in this one, but the Rams with a three-headed monster in the backfield of Kyle Johnson, Mason Knights, and Zach Coda. Wow.
Yes, especially since they decided they were never going to pass the ball.
I have no idea what you're doing.
2:01.
Oh, it's time for our fourth quarter recap. Thanks, AJ.
No problem.
Appreciate it very much. 201 Service, Maine's trusted tire and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan, the sponsors of our quarter breakdowns. This is the fourth quarter breakdown. 2 scores in the fourth quarter, and the Bangor Rams got the first one. It came on a 10-yard run by Zach Coda. The extra point was good for a change, 33-18. That finished off a 56-yard drive. And then Lawrence got one as the score went to 33-18. Lawrence bounced back with a 7-yard touchdown run by Colton Carter. 2-point pass right there. Dustin Hunter Bellows could not hang on. 33-24 was the score there. That's the way the game ended, 33-24. The fourth quarter breakdown brought to you by 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984 in Skowhegan.
Yeah, running through the highlights, I heard you wanted some stats.
Sure.
Starting with the home team, unfortunately on the wrong side of this one. Hamlin finished 10 for 13. Wasn't as crisp or as efficient in the second half. They just didn't have the ball a ton, to be honest with you. He ended up with the fumble loss on a bad snap, so not his fault. But 10 for 13 for 142 yards. So not bad, no touchdowns. Carter had the big night running the ball. He had 11 carries for 71 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. He unfortunately also lost a fumble. Roy also added 69 yards on 11 carries. So not too bad statistically. I think the yardage pretty solid for Lawrence. Unfortunately, the turnover, especially the last one, was a killer because you had your chance to go down there and tie it. And then on the other side, okay, just to refresh this for everybody, Bangor opened the drive on their first drive because Lawrence had it first, turned it over on downs. They threw the ball incomplete, threw the ball, which Cole Kirian, who plays for Lawrence, then caught.
And Bangor started that drive at their own 6-yard line.
Yes. They then proceeded for the next 44 offensive plays to do nothing but run the ball. 44 rushes is what the team finished with for a combined 324 yards, which includes a kneel down at the end by Johnson.
So 44 for 324.
Yeah, Knights finished 14 for $105 and a tutty. Coda finished 13 for 118. He had 2 tutties. And then Johnson was 17 for 101. He also had 2 touchdowns. They were a load, man. You couldn't get them down.
Three-headed monsters. So Zach Coda, Kyle Johnson, and Mason Knights. That three-headed monster are score players of the game. And they were just fantastic.
You see him, if you're watching our stream here, you see our cameraman.
Logan Cameron
getting a picture. Again, Mike and I have that ongoing joke, right? Third quarter or so, depending on what the sport is, third for most. Hey, who's the clubhouse leader? And again, you heard the stats. Again, Knights 14 for 105, touchdown. Coda 13 for 118, 2 touchdowns. Johnson 17 for 101, 2 touchdowns. I mean, how do you pick between those two?
Yeah, you can't. So you do what we did. You take the easy way out and you pick all 3 of them.
I don't know how you do. And again, they're just unstoppable. A good blend of attack. They just ran over Lawrence. And, I think the big play, you talk about the missed 2-point conversion, which we showed you in the fourth quarter breakdown. And then that fourth down, it was in the highlights you just saw. I think it was the last one you saw. That close. Johnson took a step back, tried to basically dive off tackle. It was close enough. They measured it, but he got about, half a length of football or so. And that right there was enough for them to get another touchdown and kind of just salt it away.
So Lawrence falls to 2-2. They fall 2 games behind Falmouth. Of course, it's all regulated by the Crabtree points nonetheless. But they are 2-2, and Falmouth is 4-0. Meanwhile, the Bangor Rams still haven't beaten a team in their class yet. They are 1-3, but I think a win over Lawrence on Lawrence's home field on homecoming, that gives you some juice.
Yeah, especially you would think that, I think potentially Johnson, he's got a good arm. I think he was a little bit juiced up at the beginning of the game, and we saw especially those short passes early on. He was throwing them hard, but hard to think that 3-headed running attack can't lead to some kind of success, play action, something they can build off of because they just bullied Lawrence.
They did, and those 3 backs are extremely powerful and fast. But Coda was unstoppable. I mean, all 3 of them were, but Coda in particular, I think, impressed perhaps more than the other 2 with just the sheer power that he ran with tonight. Lawrence could not find any answer whatsoever. There were several times we thought they had gang tackled him down, and he broke free of all of them.
I was going to say, I believe it was this one. I don't think anything is more apt of that description than this one right here. It's, I think, second and like a long 2 there. You see this scrum, Mike saying, okay, he's got the first down, and now he's 5 yards deep in the end zone.
Keeps on going and go. I don't want to call him the Energizer Bunny because there's nothing bunny like that guy, that's for sure. The Energizer Bear, if there was a bear.
Bulldozer.
Energizer Bulldozer? Yes.
Okay, because to your point, again, Coda, from pretty much the whole night, is not even between tackle to tackle. Coda's running between guards.
Yeah.
And then Knights is going to run off tackle in between your C gaps. And then Johnson's going to kind of just wiggle his way in between there. So you can't cheat up. It's a nice blend of speed, power. Johnson brings shiftiness. It's a really good three-headed attack.
So I think Bangor, after the first three passes, definitely went the slobber knocker route for sure. And the slobber knocker route really paid dividends for them. As Bangor wins it, they go to 1-3.
It's like they got the game plan and they ran the first three. Like, oh, wait, this is upside down. Run the ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can see clearly now. Okay. So Bangor goes to 1-3. Lawrence falls to 2-2 on the season. We're not done this weekend, though. We've got a Saturday night special for you. Coney at Levitt tomorrow night. Game time 7 o'clock from Turner. And Levitt High School pregame show 6:45. AJ Knight and I with the call. Live video and audio. All of our platforms at Central Maine Sports on YouTube, centralmainsports.com, and also at 1160thescore.com as well. So that's going to do it for us, for Logan Carpenter and Ashley Knight working behind the scenes. Logan Cameron. Where do I get Logan Carpenter
I don't know, because Crawley. I wanted to call him Logan Crawley last week.
Just call him Logan. I think
Logan C.
Logan C. For Logan Cameron and for Ashley Knight, I'm Mike Violet for AJ Knight saying good night from Pete Cooper Stadium at Keyes Field in Fairfield. The final score in this one, the Bangor Rams 33 and the Lawrence Bulldogs 24.
You've been watching yet another live local broadcast of high school sports on The Score. It's brought to you by Central Maine Community College, Central Maine Motors Auto Group, Hammond Lumber Company, Mid-State Machine, Whittemore & Sons, Somerset Stone and Stove, 201 Tire Battery and Service, Assistance Plus, SBS Carbon Copy, Manchester Motors, Casella Waste, Computer Improvements, Height Chevrolet, 201 Service Skowhegan, Connected Credit Union, KVFCU, Skowhegan Savings Bank, Skowhegan Tire Center, KMD Driving School, and Flagship Cinemas. Every game we do on The Score is always available for you to watch again or have someone else watch for the first time. All of our games are stored in the vault at centralmainsports.com and also on The Score's YouTube channel at Central Maine Sports. Please go and subscribe. To find out when the next game is on The Score, check out our game schedule at 1160thescore.com or centralmainsports.com. Your team from your town plays here on